There was just a whole bunch of swans that just flew over me. Validation. You know what I want to talk about today? I always have the most profound insights when I'm out here on my walks. And here's the one that just came to me is you have to let yourself be seen in order to be seen. And I realized that I've reached a new level in that, and for the first time I feel that I'm not really holding anything back, that I'm showing everything about myself, and I feel so healed because of that. I remember in my early teens being really self-conscious about everything about me, really. The clothes that I wore, the way that I talked, how smart I thought I was, just comparing myself to other people all the time. And it's kind of the trendy thing at that age, is to sort of make yourself small. And one thing I realized in the later part of my teens is that doesn't work, and that I was right all along to listen to my guidance system and feel that being big is not a bad thing. In fact, it's the best thing that you can do for yourself and for the world. And right now, I feel so empowered in myself and what I'm offering to myself and also to the world, but also just to notice that I'm really doing it for me. I really am. That's so powerful. And I was sitting there tonight with my harmonium and chanting, and I thought, whoa. I just felt this energy there, and I thought, this has nothing to do with other people. It has everything to do with me. I allowed myself to get to this point just by leaning in, by feeling into what feels good to me. And I have done a lot of really hard work in the past year to try to work through some of these things that have held me back for the majority of my life. And when I say held me back, I don't mean to sound that it didn't serve its purpose, because it did. But I had to heal some things from my childhood. When I was younger, back in early childhood, like basically preschool, well, basically like first grade through third grade actually. And I had to heal that stuff. I had to heal the part of me that didn't think that my voice was worth it, and didn't think that I was heard or wanted to be heard. And the epiphany that I've had today, but really in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, has been, oh my gosh, if you show up in yourself 100% and share what you have 100%, people will see that, and people will see your authenticity, and people will hear your message. Not everyone will, but you can't let that stop you. And I know I've shared in some vlogs my feelings around that, and feeling disappointed and, certain people, but putting that all aside, I'm doing this for me, and I realize now, I just need to focus on how I feel. It's great to be supported, and it's great to be loved, and it's necessary even, but you're the one to do it for you. And I just had the most amazing realization of that. And I was sitting down there with my harmonium, and I thought, wow, just how much I've done to get to this point, to like share myself in this way. It just, I was just like, wow. And that's all because I was there for myself, and it was also due to other people supporting me. I should probably turn around because it's getting dark. But mostly it was my drive to push through the things that I was scared to do, because underneath that I felt that there was a purpose to it, and I now know that to be true. So you have to be willing to be seen in order to be seen, and that means all the pieces of you. And if you can't imagine this right now, that's okay. That's how I felt about the kirtan for a long time, that I just couldn't visualize it. It was too scary, and I didn't even know if I wanted it. It was just like, no, I'll just leave that. I don't want to deal with that. But then there came to be a point where I realized, not only do I want this, but I need this. And once I realized that, and was willing to see that, that's when the energy started to support me. So realize that point in your evolution where the inspiration, the passion, whatever it is, overrides your fear about it. And then you can know to move forward in that direction. So, wow. I feel really supported right now. And part of it too is just that I'm consciously focusing in that way. Like, I'm consciously trying to support myself in this process. Anyway, that's what I have to share. But you have to show up. You have to show up and be willing to be seen, And until then, you can't complain about not being seen, you know what I mean? Not saying that I'm not guilty of that, because I am. But I'm realizing now the power of that. So I just wanted to share that. And also just pay attention to your own intuition about the timing of things. Like for me, I felt like I'm using kirtan as an example. I felt like I wanted to do kirtan, but I didn't feel like it was the right time. And I just held space for that. I didn't try to figure it out. I didn't punish myself for not being ready. I just said, okay, I'm going to hold space for it and see what comes of this. And it just happened one day that I woke up and I thought, okay, I'm ready. And that was it. That was the end. Or the start, I should say. So, show up. It can be the little things, one step at a time. It doesn't have to be 0 to 100. Just one step at a time. I'm grateful that each and every one of us, regardless of the support system or lack of support system we have around us, we have ourselves. And that's one thing that I'm learning right now, is the power of that. And I know it's possible. So I'm going to discover it with you. So that's the inspiration I have to share. I'm gonna head back home because it's getting dark. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. So, sending love and blessings to all of you, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.